In this video, I'll be covering 12 different common sculpting issues and problems that you might run into while you're sculpting in Blender. And I'll have the timestamps to each part in the video description and also the YouTube timeline, so you can jump to any of the parts if you'd like to. And if you're a beginner to sculpting in Blender and you want to learn all the basic fundamentals of sculpting, definitely check out my Sculpting with Blender for Beginners tutorial. Link to that is in the description. And you can also check out my sculpting tutorial playlist to watch more of my sculpting tutorials. So the first issue that you might run into is if you're not using a high poly mesh. So if you add a low poly mesh like a cube here, and then you change it over to sculpt mode and start to sculpt this, you can see right here, I'm not really able to sculpt the mesh. I'm not able to sculpt on the faces. I can only sculpt right here on the very corners or the edges. And that is because when you're sculpting, the sculpting brushes moves around the geometry of the mesh. So there's 4 different ways to add more geometry to your mesh in Blender. One way to add more geometry is to press Ctrl 2 while you're in object mode, and that's going to add the subdivision surface modifier. And you can also turn up the levels here. You can press Ctrl 1 or Ctrl 2, Ctrl 3, and so on to add the viewport levels. And so that's going to subdivide the mesh and add lots more geometry. Now, if you want to subdivide it, but you want it to retain its original shape, you can click on the simple button, and that way it's going to subdivide it. You can see if I apply the subsurf modifier, you can see it did subdivide the mesh, but it's still retaining its shape. Or if you want to subdivide the mesh and smooth it out, you can use the Catmull-Clark, and that's going to smooth it out so you can see now it's more circular. So then just click on the drop down, apply the modifier, and now if I just change this back over to sculpt mode, I have a lot more geometry so I can actually sculpt the mesh. Another way to add more geometry is to just subdivide it. So if I go into edit mode and select the entire mesh, I can press Ctrl E, and then I can click on subdivide, and I can continue to do that. So hit subdivide, or you can click on this button right behind me, the subdivide settings, and you can turn up the number of cuts. So now if I go back into sculpt mode, because it has more geometry, I can actually sculpt there on the faces of the mesh. Another way to add geometry as you're sculpting is to use the Dyne Topo feature. So the Dyne Topo is right here, so I'll click on the check mark, click on OK, and then here on the Dyne Topo settings, I'll maybe turn this down to like a 6, so it's more detailed. So now what I'm going to do is just go to like the clay strips brush, and I can start to add clay here, and you can see it's actually going to add geometry as I sculpt. So if I go into the wireframe view, you can see that the mesh is still really low poly. You can see here's like the faces and the vertices. And so if I start to sculpt here, it's only going to add geometry where I need it. And the last method for adding details is to use the remesh. So I'm going to turn off the Dyne Topo, but just by clicking on the check there. Then what I can do is press the R key, and I can move my mouse up and down, and that's going to give me a detail level. And then I can click to place it there. You can then press Ctrl R. So R to change the detail level, and then Ctrl R to remesh it. So now that it's remeshed, if I just go into wireframe or actually go into edit mode, you can see we've remeshed the object. So it's now made all the faces have 4 vertices, and it's also made the detail quite even and just smoothed it all out and added more detail. Now the second issue you might run into is if you're using uneven geometry. So let me just go here to the clay strips brush. Let's say I'm sculpting an arm, so I have this base mesh here, and I can start to sculpt along here. You can see I'm adding detail, but then if I start to sculpt right here, you can see that there's not very much detail, and if I try to sculpt, it looks like it's being stretched, and that is because if I go into edit mode, you can see I added a cylinder, and then I added like a bevel to the edges, and then I subdivided it so that it has more geometry, and then I applied the subsurf modifier. But the problem with this is that the detail isn't even and the geometry isn't even. You can see these faces here are really long, but then these faces here are much smaller. So if I try to sculpt this, there's some weird stretching. You can see there's some weird stretching on the end there and some weird stretching over here. So a super easy way to fix this is to just remesh your model. So in sculpt mode, you can hit the R key, and you can move your mouse to control the amount of detail you want, and then press Ctrl R, and that's going to remesh it. So now if I just go into edit mode to show you what it's done, you can see it's made the geometry very even, so all the faces are about the same size, and there's very even geometry across the entire mesh. So now I can sculpt anywhere on the mesh, and you can see it looks quite even. And the third common sculpting issue is if you have overlapping geometry. So let's say I'm going to sculpt the head, so I have a base mesh here, so I have this neck object, and then I have this head object, so I'm just going to select both of them and press Ctrl J, so they are one object. So now if I go into sculpt mode, let's say that I want to kind of smooth out the neck and the head and merge them together. So maybe I'll just hold down the shift key for the smooth brush, make my brush a bit bigger, and I try to smooth this, but you can see it's not really smoothing. There's still that sharp place there. So let's just go to like the clay strips brush and try to sculpt along here, but you can see it's still not really working. Maybe I'll try to smooth this out, and you can see there's this overlapping geometry. And that is because I joined both of the objects, but if I go inside the mesh, you can see there's still that inner part of the cylinder there, and it's inside the head. So there's 2 different ways to fix this in Blender. One really easy way is to, again, just to use the remesh. So again, hit R and then move your mouse up and then like click there wherever you want the detail amount. Then if I press Control R, it's going to remesh it. So you can see now I can sculpt here and it's going to be nice and smooth, because if I go inside the mesh now, you can see it's gotten rid of the extra faces there, which were in between the neck and the head. However, let's say that you don't want to change the geometry. You want to keep the geometry how it is. So maybe you don't want to use the remesh. Well, another way is to just use the Boolean. So if I just select this object here, I'll click on Add Modifier. I'm going to search for the Boolean modifier, and on the object here, I'll click on the eyedropper and then choose the sphere. And then I want to click on Union, because Union will join them together, and then I can click on the drop down and just apply this. So now you can see we have two objects, so I'll select the other head object and just delete it. And now if I go into edit mode, you can see because we Booleaned it together, you can see again we don't have that extra face there from the neck, which is that cylinder piece. Now the fourth issue you might run into is if you forgot to turn on the symmetry. So let's say I'm just going to start out here by sculpting a head, so maybe I'll pull down the jaw. So I'll just start to sculpt in the eyes here, and then I can start to like pop out the nose here, but then I realized that I didn't actually turn on the symmetry, so it didn't symmetrize it over to the other side. Well, I first want to make sure I turn on the symmetry so that I don't run into this problem again. So I'm going to click on this X here, right up here next to that icon of the butterfly. So now if I sculpt here, you can see it's mirroring it over on the X axis. But I don't want to have to resculpt the entire model. I just want to put this part over here over to the other side. Well, if I click on this arrow right down here, we have the symmetrize feature. So you can first choose the direction. So usually on default, -X to +X will work fine, and I can click on symmetrize. But you can see that was actually the wrong way around. So instead of -X to +X, I need to change this to +X to -X. So I'll hit Control Z to undo that, click on here, make sure it's positive, negative, and then symmetrize. And now you can see that our model is symmetrical. And now I can continue to sculpt the head, and it's mirroring over to the other side. And the fifth common issue is if your object scale isn't applied. So let's say that I'm going to like sculpt an arm. So I'm going to add a cylinder. Maybe I'll scale this up a bit, scale it down just like that. So I'll just add a base mesh for an arm. Now I'm going to go into sculpt mode. Maybe I'll just turn on the Dyn Topo, click on OK. And I can start to sculpt like the muscles of the arm here, but you can see there's a really big problem. The sculpting brush is really stretched, and so as I try to sculpt here, you can see it's super stretched up and down. And that's because I scaled up the mesh in object mode. So if I go back here to the layout and hit the N key to open up the side panel, let's go to item here, and you can see on the scale, it's scaled on the X and the Y, and then on the Z here, it's scaled way up. So we scaled the object up on the Z axis, so the scale isn't correct. So an easy way to fix this is to just press Control A and apply the object scale. Now you can see the scale here is 1, 1, and 1 on the X, Y, and Z axis on the scale. So if I go back to sculpt mode, you can see now the brush is circular, and I can sculpt this and we're not having any of those issues. Another easy way to fix this is when you're adding the cylinder, go into edit mode instead of object mode, and you can scale up the cylinder in edit mode. So I'm scaling up the geometry, but then here the object still has a scale of 1. Now for sculpting issue 6, maybe you're sculpting a really high poly mesh. Maybe you've been sculpting for a long time and the mesh is super detailed. Well, after you've been sculpting a really big mesh, the geometry can become very, very detailed. So that could actually lag your computer, and when you're sculpting, it could become quite laggy, especially if you're using the Dyn Topo, because it'll add geometry as your sculpt. So there's actually a modifier in Blender which will lower the topology but still keep the object shape. So if I go back here to the layout, if I go into edit mode so you can see what this looks like, you can see the mesh is very dense. So if I go over here to the modifiers, I'll click on add modifier and I'll search for the decimate modifier, and now I can turn the ratio down. So let's just turn the ratio down to like a 0.2, so it's only going to use like 20% of the geometry. So now you can see it's actually made the topology much less dense, but the model is still retaining its shape. So I'll just click on the drop down and apply the decimate modifier, and then I can use the object context menu, shade it smooth. So if I go into edit mode now, you can see the geometry is much less dense, but the object is still retaining its shape. Now the seventh common issue is if you're sculpting geometry or mesh which is very close to itself. So I'm sculpting this character's ear here, and let's say that I want to push in the geometry here. So I'll just sculpt right in here to kind of push in the geometry. But then if I go back here inside the ear, you can see we're having some issues there because the geometry is very close to itself on the other side. So we can actually tell the brush to not sculpt the back faces. So let me just smooth this out here to kind of fix that. So now if I go here to the brush, I'm using the clay strips brush right now, but you can do this with whatever brush you're using. So with the clay strips brush, I'll click on brush here, and I'm going to go down to the brush settings and I'll choose front faces only. This way we can only sculpt on the front of the faces. So now if I go back to the ear and kind of push in the geometry just right there, back here over here on the other side, you can see it didn't affect the other side of the ear because it's only going to sculpt the front of the faces, and so it's not going to grab the back faces which are on the back of this side. Now the 8th common issue is if you're remeshing your object, so I'll hit R to remesh it, and then I'll press Ctrl R, and you can see this issue might happen where it's kind of gotten rid of a lot of the topology and there's weird overlapping faces, and this was because we had this big hole here. So this was pretty easy to see that there was a big hole here in the top of this object, but sometimes if you're remeshing an object, there might be some really small holes in some detailed parts, and so if this is happening, it's probably because there's some kind of hole in the mesh. So if I go back here to the layout, let's just go into edit mode. I can zoom in here, just select these loops here, and I'll hit the F key to fill a face. Now if I go back to sculpt mode and remesh it, you can see it fixes that issue, and so it remeshed the object. Now issue number 9 is how you can fix overlapping geometry. So you can see I'm sculpting this kind of flat piece here, and you can see the back part here has gone through the other part of the mesh. So if I go to the clay strips brush and try to fix this by sculpting along here, maybe try to smooth it out, it isn't really working that well because we're pulling those faces which are overlapping the other faces. Well, there's a really great brush to fix this, and that is the inflate brush. So choose the inflate brush. I'll make my brush bigger, and the inflate brush is going to push mesh away from itself. So now I can use the inflate brush, and you can see as well as it pushing this mesh forward, it's actually pushing the back of the mesh away. So I can kind of pull this out here, maybe go to the other side, pull this out, and you can see it's just inflating the geometry. Also right here, there's some overlapping, so I'll just kind of inflate this, and then also maybe hold down the shift key and kind of smooth that out. And now that issue is pretty much fixed. And there's a bit of an overlap here, so I'll kind of inflate this and then kind of smooth it out, inflate it again, kind of smooth that out there. And there we go. We've pretty much entirely fixed that issue. All right, and issue number 10 is if you have flipped normals. So I'm just sculpting this monkey head. You can see this all looks good, but then when I get over to this eye, you can see there's something really weird going on here. You can see it isn't interacting correctly, and you can see on the eye, we're actually pushing in the clay instead of pulling out the clay. And this is because the normals of the object are flipped. And you can actually see that the normals are flipped because that shading, the viewport shading of the matte cap actually looks incorrect. So if I just go into edit mode and select the entire mesh, I can press Shift N to recalculate the normals. And if for some reason it didn't flip the normals correctly, after you press Shift N, right next to me, if you open up the recalculate normals, you can click on inside and that's going to flip it to the opposite direction. Now another way to make sure the normals are flipped correctly is to go back over here to the layout, and you can click on this drop down here on the viewport overlays, and you can click on face orientation. So you always want to be able to see the blue faces, but you don't want to be able to see the red faces. So the red faces are the back of the face, and so those should be inside the mesh, but the blue is the front of the faces, so those should be outside of the mesh. And now if I sculpt this, you can see it is being sculpted correctly. And the 11th issue is if you have faces inside your mesh. So let's just go to the add menu. I'm going to add a cube. Let's say I'm modeling a face. So maybe I'll just bring this over here. Let's click on add modifier. I'll add a mirror modifier, and I'll turn on clipping, and I'll bring this out here, maybe scale it down, stick it back together like that, just kind of modeling a basic head. Maybe I can even add some loop cuts here, and I can just model the basic shape of a head. And now I can just apply both of these modifiers, and then I'll go into sculpt mode. We can see as I'm sculpting the center here, there's kind of a really weird crease. And if I try to smooth it out, the smooth brush isn't really working. If I try to add more geometry, it's not really fixing the issue. And this is because of how I modeled my base mesh. If I go inside the base mesh, you can see there's actually a face inside the very center. So if I go back to the original mesh that I started with, I had a cube here and I turn on the mirror modifier, but there was still this face inside the cube. So if you're modeling a base mesh, if I just hide this face here, you can see here's the inside face. So I'd want to delete this face here, and then I'll hit Alt H to unhide that face. So now if I go inside here, there's no faces. So now I can add the subdivision surface modifier, and I can apply both of the modifiers. Now if I go back to sculpt mode, I can just sculpt along here, and we're not having any issues there because there's no face in the center. Now, if you do have faces in the center of your mesh, another way you can fix this is to again just use the remesh. So the remesh is super helpful. So if I am in a sculpt mode, I can again hit R and just bring up the topology here, make it more detailed, and then hit Control R, and that's going to remesh it. So if I zoom in here, the face is disappeared in the center. And the last one on this list, number 12, is if I'm making some sort of a base mesh. So let's say I'm making a character. So I just modeled this basic armature here with these vertices and edges. Then I'll click on Add add modifier, and I'm going to add a skin modifier, and then I'll go into edit mode and I'll select everything and I'll press Ctrl A to change the size of the skin modifier. So let's just scale this down like that. And then I can press Ctrl 3 to add a subdivision surface with 3 levels. And then I just want to apply the skin modifier and the subdivision surface modifier so I can start to sculpt this. So I'll select the object and we'll go into sculpt mode. But you can see a really weird issue happened here with the skin modifier. So it kind of got rid of one of the faces here. And there's also like some overlapping faces. So for a case like this, you might be able to remesh it. If I hit R and then Ctrl R, you can see the remesh didn't work in this case. And if I want to go into edit mode, I could like try to select all the loops and fill them, but you can see that's kind of causing some more issues because it's like really flat here. So a really useful tool is to use the Boolean modifier with another object to kind of fix this messed up issue. So if I go back here to the layout, let's go to the add menu and I can just add a cylinder. I'll scale the cylinder down and I'll just stick it here over the affected issue. I'll go into edit mode. I can maybe select this part here, kind of scale it down and kind of fit it to the leg. Maybe select this part here, bring it up a bit and then extrude it and scale it down. And then also maybe hit Ctrl R to add a loop cut, scale that up just like that. So now we've just covered up the entire issue with this object. So now what I can do is select the object. We'll go to add modifier. I can add a Boolean modifier. On the eyedropper here, I will choose the armature here, that base mesh, and I'll change the type to union. And then I can just apply the modifier. So then I need to select the other object. This is the messed up object. I'll just delete it. And now if I go into edit mode of this object, you can see the Boolean merged it together. So I can now go to sculpt mode. And for this, you can see there's still kind of uneven geometry. And I'll hit R for the remesh and then Ctrl R just to remesh that. And then I can just use the smooth brush by holding down the shift key and just kind of smooth out that area. So now that problem is fixed. And one other way you can do this without using the Boolean is here's the object that I put over the issue. So what I'm going to do is just select them and press Ctrl J to join them. But the problem is we now have overlapping geometry. So now if I just go over here to sculpt mode, I'll again use the remesh. So hit R and then Ctrl R to remesh that. And there we go, it's fixed. And I didn't even have to use the Boolean because the remesh joined them together. So those are 12 different common sculpting issues that you can run into when you're sculpting with Blender and some easy ways to fix them. So I hope you found the video helpful and thank you for watching. And definitely check out my Sculpting with Blender for Beginners tutorial if you're new to sculpting. And you can also check out my sculpting tutorial playlist to watch more of my sculpting tutorials. But I hope you found this helpful and thank you for watching.